residential electrical wiring, specifically within bedrooms, a common question arises regarding the permissibility of connecting both lighting fixtures and receptacle outlets to the same circuit. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines and regulations governing such installations to ensure safety and prevent electrical hazards. Generally, the NEC permits the combination of lighting and receptacle outlets in the same circuit in a bedroom. However, several factors must be considered to maintain code compliance. One of the primary considerations is the ampacity of the circuit. The NEC specifies the maximum allowable load on a circuit based on the size of the conductors and the overcurrent protection device, typically a circuit breaker. For a standard 15-amp circuit, the total load of lighting and receptacles should not exceed 80% of the circuit breaker's rating, which is 12 amps. This rating is crucial to prevent overloading, which can lead to overheating and potential fire hazards. The calculation of the total load involves summing the wattage of all lighting fixtures and any appliances or devices that may be plugged into the receptacles. Lighting fixtures are usually marked with a wattage, and for receptacles, it's common to assume a minimum load of 180 volt amps per receptacle outlet, although the actual load may vary depending on the connected devices. Another key aspect of code compliance is the implementation of arc fault circuit interrupter, or SI, protection. The NEC mandates a SI protection for all branch circuits supplying outlets or devices installed in dwelling unit bedrooms. SIs are designed to detect arc faults, which are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. When an arc fault is detected, the SI will trip the circuit, interrupting the flow of electricity and preventing a potential fire. This requirement significantly enhances safety in bedrooms, where occupants are often asleep and unaware of electrical hazards. Ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protection is also a crucial consideration, although it is not typically required for standard bedroom circuits. GFCI protection is primarily intended for areas where electrical outlets may come into contact with water, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. However, if a receptacle outlet in a bedroom is located within 6 feet of a sink or other water source, GFCI protection would be required. This protection is essential to prevent electric shock hazards in damp or wet environments. In addition to these general requirements, there may be local amendments or variations to the NEC that apply in specific jurisdictions. It is imperative to consult with local electrical codes and regulations to ensure full compliance. Local authorities may have additional requirements or restrictions on combining lighting and receptacles on the same circuit. Furthermore, the physical installation of the wiring must adhere to the NEC standards for conductor sizing, routing, and termination. Conductors must be sized appropriately for the ampacity of the circuit, and they must be protected from physical damage. Wiring methods such as non-metallic sheath cable, or NM cable, or electrical metallic tubing, or EMT, must be installed according to the NEC guidelines. Proper termination of conductors at receptacles, lighting fixtures, and circuit breakers is essential to ensure reliable electrical connections. Poorly terminated connections can lead to overheating, arcing, and potential fire hazards. Moreover, the NEC specifies requirements for box fill, which refers to the amount of space occupied by conductors, devices, and fittings within an electrical box. Overfilling an electrical box can cause overheating and damage to the wiring. The NEC provides guidelines for calculating box fill based on the size and number of conductors and devices in the box. It's crucial to adhere to these guidelines to ensure safe and reliable electrical connections. Proper grounding is another critical aspect of code compliance. The NEC requires that all electrical equipment be properly grounded to provide a path for fault current to flow back to the source. This grounding path helps to trip the circuit breaker in the event of a ground fault, preventing electrical shock hazards. The grounding system must be installed according to the NEC requirements, including the use of grounding electrodes, grounding conductors, and bonding jumpers. Furthermore, the NEC addresses the spacing and placement of receptacles in bedrooms. Receptacles must be located so that no point along the floor line of any wall space is more than 6 feet, or 1.8 meters from a receptacle outlet. This requirement ensures that extension cords are not used excessively, which can create tripping hazards and increase the risk of electrical shock. The NEC also specifies requirements for the height of receptacle outlets above the floor. Generally, receptacles should be mounted at a height that is accessible and convenient for users. While there is no specific height requirement in the NEC, local codes may specify a minimum or maximum height. In summary, combining lighting and receptacle outlets in the same circuit in a bedroom is generally permitted by the NEC, provided that certain conditions are met. These conditions include ensuring that the total load on the circuit does not exceed 80% of the circuit breaker's rating, implementing FSI protection for all bedroom circuits, and adhering to all other applicable NEC requirements for wiring methods, grounding, and receptacle spacing. Consulting with a qualified electrician and adhering to local codes are essential to ensure a safe and compliant electrical installation. Let's further elaborate on the specific sections of the National Electrical Code that are most relevant to this topic. Firstly, Article 210 of the NEC, which covers branch circuits, provides the fundamental requirements for the installation of branch circuits in dwelling units, including bedrooms. This article outlines the permissible uses of branch circuits, the required ampacity, and the overcurrent protection requirements. Specifically, Section 210.12 addresses the requirement for arc fault circuit interrupter protection in dwelling units. This section mandates that all 120-volt, single-phase, 15-amp and 20-amp branch circuit supplying outlets installed in dwelling unit bedrooms must be protected by an FSI. The FSI can be a circuit breaker type or a receptacle type, but it must provide protection for the entire branch circuit. Secondly, Section 210.21 details the permissible loads on branch circuits. This section specifies the maximum allowable load on a branch circuit based on the rating of the overcurrent device. As mentioned earlier, the general rule is that the total load on a branch circuit should not exceed 80% of the circuit breaker's rating. For example, on a 15-amp circuit, the maximum allowable load is 12 amps, and on a 20-amp circuit, the maximum allowable load is 16 amps. Thirdly, Section 210.52 outlines the receptacle outlet requirements for dwelling units. This section specifies the spacing and location of receptacle outlets in various rooms, including bedrooms. As mentioned earlier, the rule is that no point along the floor line of any wall space should be more than 6 feet, or 1.8 meters from a receptacle outlet. This requirement ensures that extension cords are not used excessively. Fourthly, Article 250 of the NEC covers grounding and bonding. This article provides the requirements for establishing a safe and effective grounding system. Proper grounding is essential to protect against electrical shock hazards and to provide a path for fault current to flow back to the source. The grounding system must include a grounding electrode, a grounding conductor, and bonding jumpers. Fifthly, Article 314 addresses outlet boxes, conduit bodies, and fittings. This article specifies the requirements for the installation of electrical boxes and fittings. As mentioned earlier, it's crucial to adhere to the NEC requirements for box fill to prevent overheating and damage to the wiring. The NEC provides guidelines for calculating box fill based on the size and number of conductors and devices in the box. Sixthly, Article 334 covers non-metallic sheet cable, or NM cable. This article provides the requirements for the installation of NM cable, which is a common wiring method used in residential buildings. NM cable must be supported and protected from physical damage. It must also be properly secured to electrical boxes and fittings. Seventhly, Article 404 addresses switches. This article specifies the requirements for the installation of switches, including the height and location of switches. Switches should be installed in a convenient and accessible location. They should also be properly grounded. Eighthly, Article 410 covers luminaires, lamp holders, and lamps. This article provides the requirements for the installation of lighting fixtures and lamps. Lighting fixtures must be properly supported and connected to the electrical system. They must also be properly grounded. Ninthly, it's important to consider the specific requirements for calculating the load on a branch circuit. The NEC provides guidelines for calculating the load based on the wattage of the lighting fixtures and the volt-amp rating of the receptacles. As mentioned earlier, it's common to assume a minimum load of 180 volt-amps per receptacle outlet, although the actual load may vary depending on the connected devices. Tenthly, the NEC also addresses the use of multi-wire branch circuits. A multi-wire branch circuit is a circuit that consists of two or more ungrounded conductors that share a common neutral conductor. Multi-wire branch circuits can be used to supply both lighting and receptacles, but they must be installed in accordance with the NEC requirements. Finally, it's crucial to remember that the NEC is a comprehensive set of regulations, and it's essential to consult the specific sections that apply to a particular installation. Additionally, local codes and regulations may have additional requirements or restrictions. Consulting with a qualified electrician is always recommended to ensure a safe and compliant electrical installation. Therefore, to summarize, while combining lighting and receptacle outlets in the same circuit in a bedroom is permissible under the NEC, strict adherence to the code's requirements is paramount. These requirements encompass circuit ampacity, FSI and GFCI protection, proper wiring methods, grounding, receptacle spacing, and box fill. By meticulously following these guidelines and seeking expert advice when needed, one can ensure a safe and code-compliant electrical system in residential bedrooms.